Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back. We're doing a best of one Kaldheim draft. All right, we opened Jorn, God of Winter. Kind of a cool card. What's the Cauldring the Rhyme Staff do? It lets you cheat out snow permanents from your graveyard. I see. So it basically just lets you play them from your graveyard. Still kind of cool. So I'm cool taking Jorn. Otherwise, Vega's... I haven't gotten a chance to play Vega yet. Did not play Vega very often in Street Fighter either, so it's kind of fitting. Carter's Vicious Return. Yeah, we've seen this before. 3 damage to a target. First chapter, second, they discard, and then third, you can res something. It's kind of a cool card. Gates of Isfalt, certainly playable if you're in those colors. Not a lot of other exciting things. Why don't we just take the rare? It's a 3-drop, 3/3, or this weird, like, play snow things from your graveyard. Both of those modes seem just fine to me. All right, follow-up pick. Well, we can take Glittering Frost. The land that we put it on would be untapped because it makes it a snow permanent. I'm fine doing that. Carter. A demon named Carter. Hi, Carter. How are you? I'm okay. 4 mana, 4/3, and when it enters creatures your opponents control, they immediately have to attack. And then whenever an attacking creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Kind of cool. That's a cool card. I like it. I'm fine following up with Glittering Frost, though. I think the snow decks are fun, and I think they're good. The colors are primarily green, blue, and black, as demonstrated by this card. This card, nice little benchmark to show you that. There aren't any white snow cards, which doesn't make any sense to me. And then there's like, because it's white. I mean, white snow. Nope. Very counterintuitive. And then red has like a couple snow sorceries and like a snow uncommon thing. But very, very odd, I thought. Well, we can third pick a Glittering Frost. What I like about this is it kind of opens us up for 3-color snow, which seems like it'll be fun. Otherwise, the Glade Warden is playable. Rootless U can be good. Jaspera Sentinel, actually playable, especially if you're doing 3-color. A lot of green stuff in here, which is good since we only have 2 green cards, and we might wheel a green card from here. I'm going to take another Glittering Frost. I like it. Getting all the snow value stuff is nice, because then we can pick up stuff like Hailstorm Valkyrie, and it's a big payoff. Another Sentinel in here. Horizon Seeker, which can find snow lands. And that's about it. So let's take the Valkyrie. I've had good experiences with the card. I think it's good. Frostbite we could take. Are we going to do 4-color? Probably not. Otherwise, in black, we have Way Down, which I don't really like. Duskwielder, not that exciting. Green, Mammoth Growth. All these aren't doing it for me. If we take a Snow Plains, we get a snow land. Could be worth it here. Or I could just bite the bullet, take the Way Down, expect that, even though I don't like it, it's probably playable. Okay. Otherwise, I can take the colorless Snowland, but I mean, it's probably okay to do that. You can never have enough Snowlands. That's probably true. It's just, I almost know for a fact it's going to be a colorless Snowland in our deck, but that's okay. Can take Arctic Treeline here. I actually like Bergstrider quite a bit. I like it. I think I like it more than the unblockable Yeti thing. I think there's a pretty decent chance we end up 3-color. But maybe we take the Discipline pick, the on-color Snowland. But, I mean, we want snow value cards, too. I'm going to take the Treeline. I'm going to take the Snowland. I'm going to get some more information here. Yet another Glittering Frost, huh? Well, I'm kind of okay with it. Having a million Glittering Frosts is pretty odd, but I feel like it lets us up our top end quite a bit. Potentially lets us play both sides of Cauldring, which is kind of cool. I think this Lityara Mirror Lake is legit good spell land. I keep calling them spell lands. I guess ability lands? Uncommon lands? I should come up with a better name, because spell lands we've seen already. I could see the argument to take the Mirror Lake here, but there's a chance we don't end up blue, although I'm not sure yet. We can take Wither Crown. I actually don't like Wither Crown very much, but technically a removal spell, and I feel like based on what we're doing, we're going to need some time. We're going to need some time to really let this deck come together the way we want it to. So I could cut green here. I can play Carter's Vicious Return. I mean, with 3 Glittering Frosts, I can pretty much play whatever I want. Is this worth a splash? Possibly. Otherwise, we take what? Depart the Realm as like a little bounce. I think we'll take it. It might be worth it. Oh, we got Carter back too. Well, and a Snow Swamp. I think, I mean, 10th pick Carter. Maybe we're just supposed to be red-black aggro at that point. I mean, those are 2 really late black-red cards to get that are quite good. Or we can play 3 color, but I mean, this kind of motivates you to want to be pretty hyper aggro. Maybe take the Berserker here. All right. You know, we might just have to accept that we're black-red if we're getting stuff that late. Yeah, we're getting the late Liberator too, because this card's fine. All right. All right. Okay. Well, I feel like that settles that. I wanted to do cool snow stuff, but probably better to do this black-red thing. Whenever you cast a spell, add red. Until in turn, you don't lose this mana. Creatures you control can boast twice. Well, that's cool. Another Valkyrie in here, too. And a Demon Bolt, but I'm fine taking the rare. And then the other half is discard a card, exile top 2, and you can play them. But it's quite a bit more expensive. Probably wheel red and black. So let's take the Burgi. Probably red-black Berserker is what we're going to end up doing. Yeah, that makes sense. Pretender would be valuable for that reason. And actually, stuff like Infernal Pet is good here, too. Obviously, I want the Demon Bolt, but we're going to take the rare. Well, this is the first time I'm going to get to play aggro in here, so we'll see how it works. I guess I can take this Shadow Sage. Can drain my opponent, potentially. See if I can get rid of this for now. Not likely to do the Valkyrie. I don't even really want Wither Crown either. I mean, we're a little bit light on picks, but considering we didn't even have to go for it and we ended up with all these playables, I'd say it's a good sign for black-red. So let's take the Shadow Sage here. I mean, 9th and 10th pick these 2. That's pretty insane. These cards are good. Doomscourge is definitely good. You make them attack, kill their stuff maybe, however you want, and then you just get to bash back for $1 billion. It's pretty good. So here, probably just the Firewalker, get another boasting Berserker. This is also a Berserker, which is interesting, but quite a bit more expensive. Demonic Gifts would be good too, just a playable combat trick, but for now, let's take that. Okay. Shackles lets me steal stuff. We can take the Disciple. Disciple's going to be good synergy with Doomscourge and the Carter's Vicious Return, so I'm okay taking that. It's also Replicating Ring in here. But yeah, let's take the Disciple. Really not liking the Wither Crown in my aggro deck, but might be playable. We kind of need some lower curve stuff, but okay. Jarl's actually a good card. I like Jarl of the Forsaken in general. Particularly like it when I can flash it in after attacking with everything and then kill whatever's giving me problems. Good card. Another Run Amok. I think Infernal Pet would be fine in here too. But yeah, I'm going to take the Jarl there. Okay, Grim Draugr. Don't really have the spell lands to support that. It is a Berserker, however, so we probably just take it and maybe find some snowlands along the way somewhere. Good amount of Berserkers in here, which I guess is cool for something. Skimsar, Far, Shadow Sage. Well, squash. Do I actually have any giants? I don't think so. Paying 5 mana for 6 damage is not that good of a deal. We can take the Alpine Meadow. Or we can take the Rune of Speed. Maybe try it. Or we take the Demonic Gifts. Because we are removal light. We just have like a combat trick currently. Squash too expensive. Demonic Gifts is probably okay. I'm going to take the Snowland, though. We already have a couple snow things, and admittedly, I don't think Hailstorm Valkyrie is happening, but that's okay. We can take the Haggy Mob, I guess. Dwarven Reinforcements gives us some Berserkers. I like that. I'm going to take it over Dogged Pursuit and the Fearless Pup, even though the Pup is cool with Burgi. It's a lot of mana to do that anyway, so alright. Dwarven Reinforcements is good. Okay, so Craven Hulk versus Smashing Success and all that. Let's just take the Hulk, I guess. Another Haggy Mob. Or we can take the Pick. I think the Pick is actually kind of cool. I mean, we don't want to... It is a Berserker. It's not a bad card. Or we can take the Demonic Gifts. Probably the Gifts. Combat tricks, cheap ones, if we're playing aggro, to me, makes sense. Maybe steal your stuff, .deck. This, if you, and actually, Shackles is cool with Carter's Vicious Return, but that's a lot of mana, so probably not happening. Got another Run Amok, which is fine. Seize the Spoils, possibly. Well, considering we didn't even start this deck until turn 10 or whatever, we're in pretty good shape. Another Carter would be cool, but I think we take Magda. I think we actually have some dwarves in here, too. Yeah, we've got Fearless Liberator, and we've got... Breakneck Berserker. We've got the other thing. Dwarven Reinforcements. Cool. Yeah, Magda is cool. Very cool card. So we'll take that. Hopefully wheel another Carter. I mean, we did in pack 1, right? Why not? I don't know if this pack's deep enough or not. It might be. That's good. Invasion's good for whoever wants it, but this pack might not be deep enough, but that's okay. We'll take Magda. Be happy about getting our 2-drop Lord. So this is on color. I actually like Skull Raid, but I think we gotta snap up this Frostbite and be happy enough about that. Probably wheel this, hopefully. Didn't seem like anyone's black-red, unless... I don't think anybody else could have jumped in. We need cheap removal, so Frostbite is nice. How are we doing on creatures? Well, we need a couple more. Dwarven Hammer is a great card. There's another Carter and another Immerstorm Skull Cairn in here, but this card wins games. This card is just really, really dirty. And yes, it's like a good amount of mana. It just turns all of your creatures into big-time, hard-to-answer threats. I really like it. So I'm going to take it. So I don't think Valkyrie's happening. I think Grimdraugr is good if you can make it work, but we're going to have to wheel some Snowlands in order to do that. But yeah, Dwarven Hammer's a great card. We'll take that. Raider is another Berserker. I'm totally fine with that. It's another 2-drop as well. We need to stay busy early with this deck. Unfortunately, a Demon and not a Dwarf, but beggars can't be choosers, so we'll take it. Village Rites is totally playable. Otherwise, probably just take Feed the Serpent. You know, we're going to have enough creatures, I think. Yeah, because this is a creature too. Feed the Serpent is premium removal. I'm okay taking it here. We already have enough creatures. We can cut other things if we have to, so... Well, Duskwielder is a Berserker, but Sulphurous Mire... making our mana better. Makes Grimdraugr a little more playable. We're probably close to a deck already. I don't know how good Duskwielder is. With all these combat tricks, Duskwielder's probably pretty good. Cavalry might even be better. And you can never have enough 2-drops. That's true. I'm going to take the Cavalry. I think this is the right deck for it. Like, I want to make my mana better too, but... Alright, Infernal Pet might be good enough, but... How many actual Berserker synergy cards do we have? Probably don't have a ton. It's basically just the Shadow Sage, I think. So I could take the Infernal Pet, which can just... I mean, we're going to be able to cast multiple spells in a turn. So I think I'd probably do it, even though Raider technically... Ooh, another Dwarven Hammer. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, Hammer is just such a strong card. I actually like Skull Raid a lot too, but it also makes a dwarf not irrelevant in our deck that has a dwarf to... Oh, well, Raise the Draugr is going to be way good in this deck. We have like all Berserkers. Got that Skull Cairn back. Otherwise, I could take the Fearless Pup or the Skull Raid. All those are good options. I'm going to take the land that does cool things, like kill your opponent. Probably want another Carter. I mean, this is one of our main... This is one of the main reasons to be in this archetype, so we'll take it. Raven Wings, possibility. Demonic Gifts number 2. Yeah, I guess we could. We'll all the Demonic Gifts. I mean, it's a cool deck. I think it actually came together relatively well. It's not what I would ordinarily think I would go for in this deck, or this format rather, but it's okay. 17 lands. Well, we have to cut 10 cards, and quite a few can be creatures. We have 2 Dwarven Hammers that are 5 drops that can be creatures. So that puts us at, what, 19? Then we have Dwarven Reinforcements, which is 20 creatures. So really we have like 20 creatures, so we can cut 5 creatures pretty easily right off the bat. And let's try and cut the top end. This is a Foretell. We were going to keep the Shadow Sage. We have a ton of dwarves. Probably cut the Hulk. I think we can cut the Mob. I actually think Mob's fine, but we're playing aggro curve out here, so we want to curve out. Weakest creatures, Draugr, we don't need it. So, Seize the Spoils, probably don't need that. I don't think Wither Crown's good enough. Not when we've got like Run Amucks and all that nonsense. We don't need 3 Demonic Gifts. We've got 13 non-creature cards, so we can cut quite a few of those too. Raven Wings might be a little bit too slow. It's not bad. I like getting the evasion, but I think with the 2 Dwarven Hammers, we're going to focus on those. What's actual removal in here? I mean, Shackles is cool, but there's some matchups where it's just going to be terrible, I think. If I cut Demonic Gifts, I'm left with Frostbite, 2 Run Amucks, and Feed the Serpent as like actual removal. And I guess Carter's Vicious Return. Okay. I mean, I'm still at 17 creatures currently. So I could afford to cut 2 creatures, and this deck would still be quite good. But they can't. I don't want them to be dwarves. And I'd prefer to not cut my cheap things. Infernal Pet's way good in here. It gets evasion. It's going to grow very often. I like it. I think it's a good card, especially given that we don't have any evasion now. So, I think the Firewalkers are good. I might just be okay cutting the Demonic Gifts. I think it's a fine card, but I think I'm going to have to hope that Frostbite, 2 Run Amucks, and a Feed the Serpent is going to be enough. And just Dwarven Hammer re-equipping, getting damage through. And I guess Carter's Vicious Return is, I need to remember this is removal too. So really we have like this, couple combat tricks, and a couple removal spells at 4. Yeah, it's a cool deck. Cool deck. What's our colors like? Way more red than black. Does it justify running an extra red? Well, we have double black. This is not double red, which is nice. And we already have 9 black. We probably want the extra red. That would definitely make sense, because this is, I guess, double red too. So we want the extra red. And we sort of just fell into this deck. I had like ambitious 3-color snow shenanigans, but then it's like, oh, how about I get a 10th pick Carter and 9th pick Carter's Vicious Return? All right, we'll go into it, and it worked out really well. I mean, I think this deck looks good. Like I said, it's not what I feel like I'm going to be doing very often in this format, just because I think there's more unusual, fun combinations. But this card is good. This card is definitely good. And we can do some cool stuff and put our opponents away. So we'll see what we can do with this. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round one. Alrighty, round one. We'll keep this. So turn 2 Liberator, turn 3 we can Boast or we can Firewalker. Both are fine. Or we can Infernal Pet. That might even make more sense now that I think about it. Or we can Axguard Cavalry here too. This opens me up for more draws. That'll be good. This maybe lets me attack and Boast. I'm going to go Liberator. I mean, it's an uncommon. The ability is pretty unique. I think we'll give it a try here. Ooh, Chariot. It's a really strong card. Let's see here. And I can't blow it up, huh? Well, I can attack and then Boast. I probably do that. And that gives me a Carter's Vicious Return. I think that's fine, actually. At least now I've got, like, built-in fodder for Carter's Vicious Return, so I can, I don't know, blow something up. Probably their other token, but I guess they're just going to make another token. That Chariot, that's a tough card to beat. It's a very strong card. Too bad this doesn't have, like, a blow-up an artifact effect on it. Wow, they can copy their flyer too. That's pretty strong. I guess the cat's bigger. That kind of makes sense. So, what am I doing next turn? I guess I'm playing Carter's Vicious Return and blowing up. I don't know. This feels pretty unwinnable. Do I just die if I do that? Let's see. Blow up. Take 2. Well, they're going to have to tap a... I think there's a good chance we die next turn, but we're going to play this. So we'll sack this, and I guess we'll kill the... guess the flyer. And they've got lethal. All right. We'll see you for the next one. All right, this is a good hand. Really cool hand, actually. Got Frostbite into Magda. And Magda is actually cool because it makes its own treasures, which is really nice, actually. Then we have Disciple for Carter's Vicious Return synergies. So if they play a creature, we can just blow it up. They're just foretelling. I mean, I suppose I can hold off for now. Sure. So, fortunately, that kind of blocks our stuff a little bit. I can frostbite the Mentor, though. Untap. Guess we can. Guess we Vicious Return. Sack the Disciple. I'm going to deal 3 to this so I can still get in with Magda. And play a land. And I guess we have Feed the Serpent mana up. So I can kill their next thing, make some more treasures. They're going to discard more cards. And then I can, I guess, return my dude back bigger. Yeah, we want to do that. So we'll kill that. Untap, they discard. Oh, well, that's a good draw. Oh yeah, I forgot it's each player discards a card. Well, thankfully I had that land there. I gotta remember that. So we're gonna be able to get back our Disciple, and it's a 2/2 with haste, and it makes them discard, so it's a lot of upside. Oh, Shepherd getting back. Oh, they just got a land. All right, well, it's acceptable. All right, so they go to 1, which does mean like Skull Cairn is going to be lethal, or our Carters will do a lot. Well, this is actually an opportunity to play. Let's see if they live. All right, so we can play Burgi as the Harnfell, I think. And then I can do it right away because I've got 4 treasures that I can burst here too. Well, it doesn't really do it. So we'll do this again. There we go. So we'll play this. And we'll play this. So Firewalker, I think for now we can just start doing this nonsense. Get in for 6. They're at 1, so they have to. Make some blocks here. I wouldn't block like that, but okay. So I'll play the Firewalker. All right, Run Amok is good, so let's equip here. Let's target attacking creature. Got to keep that in mind. All right, cool. We'll see you for the next one. All right, it's a keep. We got Magda again, which is nice. And Raider can potentially find us a third land if we're missing land drops. Maybe I play the Cavalry first. Yeah, that probably makes more sense, actually. Because it's a Berserker. And then I can play Magda, attack with it for 3, and spit out a treasure. Which I like. And we got our third land, which is nice, too. So, let's go land Magda. So make a treasure. And then I can play Raider. But this also guarantees me Carter next turn, which is pretty good. I'm not really... I mean, what do I discard to Raider anyway? Or I could do Jarl, but you know what? I'm going to do the guaranteed Carter next turn. I'm cool with that. Or Carter's Vicious Return, I suppose, if I need that. All right, so Kinseeker is fine. Not that intimidating. So we can do Carter here. And give it haste. And it becomes tapped so we get a treasure. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy. Magda is amazing. So we can get our damage in here. We can do a couple things here. With 6 mana, honestly, I'm thinking we just foretell this. It does eat our treasures, but what I kind of like about this is I possibly have Infernal Pet plus Jarl next turn, either if I rip a swamp or if I can attack with, or I mean, just tapping Cavalry, like I said, makes treasures. So that alone, and they have to attack with their Kinseeker here, which puts them in a little bit of a tricky position. All right, so I think we go Infernal Pet. Can attack with both. I think we will, because I have the Jarl. Like, I could buff the Infernal Pet here. I still might be able to buff Infernal Pet here. Okay. So I guess I could have dealt another damage if I had attacked with cavalry, but this is fine. Let's just get... I wonder, they have something that can blow up my board here? Yeah, they have the deal 4 to each non... I think I'm going to be cautious here and play around the deal 4 to each non-giant creature. Because this is a giant, so to me it kind of makes sense. Alright. Worked out okay anyway, so we'll see for the next one. Well, another game, another Magda. That's cool. So we'll take that. We'll keep this. I guess I really neglected to remember the Magda's second ability that lets me search for artifacts or dragons and put them on the battlefield. I basically just have, like, what, Dwarven Hammer I can find with it. That still is certainly good. This game, we're looking at Magda into Burji, potentially turn 3 Carter, if I can attack with Magda successfully here, which is pretty cool. I'd say turn 3 Carter's pretty strong. Well, Valkyrie's pretty good too. Let's do Burji here. I don't have a double boast I can do though, huh? Well, let's do Burji. Because then next turn I guess we can do Carter. Make them attack. Alright. Well, Dwarven Hammer's a good draw too, but let's do Carter. Make them attack. Wish I could do something with that extra mana. Doesn't empty though, so I guess that's good news. No attacks. Pass. So you just get it until end of turn, but not a big deal. Next turn we can go Disciple plus Vicious Return, or Hammer. I guess we can't do Hammer plus something, but they have to attack with both their guys here, which is good news for us. Yeah, and we're getting a treasure token, presumably. We'll see. Being able to do Disciple Vicious Return is not bad, especially since Vicious Return can get us something back here too. So they're attacking. We're gonna go land, Disciple, add the red. Make them discard. We don't want to play another land next turn, because otherwise we'd have to discard the hammer. So let's do the Vicious Return. And we'll sack this and throw it at the Faithful, which means each of us is going to mill. We lost 3 pretty good spells, but we get in for a boatload of damage here. We made a treasure, which is good, so alright. Next turn I can play the hammer. Which creature did they choose? Alright, the Courser. They chose the Courser as the thing that will take all the damage. They're still attacking with both, which I guess makes sense. So we'll discard a land. So we can attack with Carter. That's fine. So that Oh, okay. Let's do hammer. And then liberator. And then we can bring back Shadow Sage. We have 4 Berserkers. Let's see, they did have the white one, which is pretty good. But we'll see. All right, no attacks there, makes sense. So we can do the Shadow Sage and drain them for 4. Is that what we want to do? I mean, draining them for 4 is pretty good. And then I can attack with Dwarven Hammer. Another option is to bring this back as a 3/6. Seems pretty good, I guess. All right. We can gain life or we can drain them. Probably drain them. Then I can attack with Dwarven Hammer, I think. Make a treasure. All damage, I see, is redirected to their thing, so we still drain them. And then we can equip probably the Liberator. Actually, we can do it on the Shadow Sage, which is pretty cool. But the Liberator makes sense because we want to do the Firewalker. Guess I should have done Firewalker first, because then I could have used that Burgi activation to pay for the equip costs of the Dwarven thing, but that's okay. Sure. Oh, raise the Draugr is cool. It can bring us... Oh, we can get our 2 clerics back. That's cool. All right, well, at that point, we can just kill the Righteous Valkyrie and probably be in pretty good shape. I mean, either way, we're certainly attacking with everything here. When things die, they get drained too. There's just like a lot of potential good things that happen here. So, with Raise the Draugr getting back Disciple and Jarl, we kill the Valkyrie. That's going to empty their board. We're still left with creatures. This seems fine to me. How much mana is that going to cost? I'm getting 1 from this. So 2 We have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be 8 after I cast this. 9, 10 after I cast those. So with 10 mana, I can do 2, 6, 7, 8. I guess technically I could do this too. But I'm not going to be able to do this, I don't think. Wait. No, I think maybe I am. Do I have access to 11? 6? Or no, 5, 6, 7. It is 10. So I could do the Firewalker, I guess. Oh, that's cool. So now I can do Feed the Serpent too. Oh, that is so mean. Wow. That is incredibly mean. And then I can raise the Draugr, bring in back basically whatever I want here. Or I can just equip. I think we'll bring stuff back. Let's go. Let's do these two. The reason I like this is they're both big threats. I can immediately make them discard, which is good. It puts another threat on board. They don't have the time to boast with Recruiter. If they equip, they're not going to be able to survive long enough. Kind of got the perfect boast off of that Firewalker. Like completely altered our turn. I mean, they can't survive here. They just don't have enough time to survive here, so... There's just no way for them to live. All right. Cool. We'll see for the next one. All right, it's a keep. Good hand. Got a removal, got a hasty beater. Disciple Jarl rather, are good synergies. Ooh, Clarion Spirit. Well, that's gonna die. So we'll do Cavalry. Sure. So I can block. I can assume we are going to block, so maybe just foretell this. And offer up the block. Well, it's still okay. That's a good draw. Is it when it dies? Oh, it leaves the battlefield. Well, I don't want to use it on that then, so we'll get in for 2. And then we'll play the Disciple, make them discard. And then we can block the Story Seeker. And bust out Jarl to finish it off. Oh, they had a Jarl of their own, huh? I mean, they're going to gain more life, but this is just better because it puts a 3/2 on board. Infernal Pet. So we'll block. Let's do that. So Magda's cool because we can actually spit out a treasure here. So we'll get in for 6. And we have the Run Amok, which is kind of nice too. And the Feed the Serpent. We got a lot of things. All right. Valkyrie. And Vengeful Reaper. All right. Let's see if they attack. They do. They're really going for it, huh? Well, I guess we Feed the Serpent. This doesn't have lifelink or anything, right? Probably the pet then. Because I have Run Amok for when I attack, so this is actually totally fine. It's Shadow Sage, so I could name Berserker, I guess, but I don't need to do that. I mean, we can. I presume we will, but we'll see. Doesn't matter how you block because we've got this Run Amok. So we'll do that. They're down to 9. And then we can do the Shadow Sage and drain you for just 2, I guess. Not that exciting. But I'd rather have the body on board for now. Alright, see for the next one. Alright, this hand doesn't have any black mana, but I think with Cavalry and Run Amok, we've at least got a couple turns mapped out, so I'm going to keep it. I love the Frost Augur. Great card. Very strong. Oh, that was a good draw. So let's get the Cavalry online for now. Looking a little bit slow with all the 4-drops in hand, but at least we get to attack next turn into basically anything with this Run Amok. Carter's Vicious Return. I mean, you don't have to sack a creature to it either, but it's probably worth it most of the time, I would think. Well, I think we're going to go for the best use of mana. I think we're going for the Firewalker play here and then passing. And then we're going to go Carter. And then we can set ourselves up for some nice things. And we're up to 3 Berserkers for our Shadow Sage, which is good. Got a lot of Skimfar Elder Halls. They do have 3 snow permanents, so Blizzard Fight spell is pretty good for them. Bind the monster. Okay. I'm alright with that. So, ooh, Carter #1 is good. So we'll make them attack us. Then next turn we can get in. We can Carter's Vicious Return, so we can blow something up. We can sack our cavalry nicely now. Yet another knock against Bind the Monster, in my mind. Missed 2 times on Augur. That's good news for us. They poison the cup, which is fine. Not a big deal there. We're just going to kill their... Probably their Frost Augur, I suppose. Ooh, Magda. Well, that's a good one. I'd like to do that, but that's not best use of mana here. We can do another Carter and force them to attack again. Yeah, kind of like that, actually. Especially since I can block. I mean, if they don't deal with Carter, I can just block whatever they're attacking with. Okay. That's good news for us. So we're just going to eat their little bow that could, which is nice. And it dies, and they lose a life. And then we can smash back for 1 billion. I can kill their Frost Augur, but I think we just get in there. And then we run amok. So I'll do that. And then we play Magda post-combat, probably. Or I can do the... Actually, I guess Reinforcements makes way more sense. Well, does it? The problem is I can't cast it. But next turn I can do Reinforcements plus Outlaw, but the problem is I can't actually attack with them. But it does give me a bunch of Berserkers setting up for this Shadow Sage, which is pretty cool. I probably still just do Magda. Magda immediately comes on board. Now I can Vicious Return, sack my cavalry whenever I need to. Well, I did get a 4/5, but kind of... Can I just kill them? Let's see. Attack with everything. They block my 4/3. Take 3. It's got hexproof. Can I do Vicious Return? We've got... I think next turn, probably Shadow Sage just gets them, so maybe we just do Hardcast Reinforcement here. I like that. And then... actually, I wonder if I could have killed him that turn. Maybe. We'll see. If I'd attack... let's say I play Vicious Return, I throw 3 at them, I attack them with everything. 2 attackers die. It's possible. I think it's not a huge deal, but it is possible we could have won that turn. Alright, now they're just super dead, so it doesn't even matter a little bit. So we can do the Vicious Return or the Shadow Sage. How much does Shadow Sage drain for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Let's just kill him. Alright. We'll see for the next one. Alright, this hand's a keep. No 2-drop, but we got the Burgi in hand. Burgi's pretty sweet. Getting those extra red mana. I wasn't even, like, utilizing it well, and it was still good, so I like it. And it's cool that you cast... Like, with 4 mana, you can get your Hammer token. Kind of like that. Well, Dragonkin Berserker's a strong card. All right. Horizon Seeker. Carter. Let's do Bergy now. I mean, I could have blocked there. Basically because Dragonkin Berserker's a problem if they get their 5th land. Oh, the pick too, huh? Well, let's just take care of this threat now. I don't have to deal with it anymore. And get in there. Alright. So then next turn I can play the hammer and get my 5-1. Or I can play Carter. Got some options here. If I draw a land, I can do Carter plus run amok in a turn, which might be worth it. I mean, we're behind on the race currently, but we'll see. Kind of want them to just boast here, but... Alright, Ice Shaper, sure. It's okay. So they probably just take the damage... if I attack anyway. Force them to attack. Three cards left in their hand. Maybe I just... yeah, I think we actually attack first. Because I don't think they block. And then I can play Carter and force them to attack into Carter with Ice Shaper. And be able to block it. Unless they have Struggle for Skimfar or... I mean, there's a lot of things that get us here, but I think I have to go for it. I guess they can just re-equip their pickaxe, too. Or they can pay their mana to not have to attack. I'm okay with that. So we can trade here. I think I actually do. Yeah. Or I can go to 7. What am I playing next turn? If I take 4 here, I go to 7. Next turn, I can go... the Berserker, that's 10, 13. I'm still 1 short of lethal. But I suppose it's possibly worth it here. Alright. It's fine, I guess. To get the land, so we can go Berserker. And if I do maybe Shadow Sage, Berserker, drain them. Ugh, it's not good enough. Let's see. I think we go for it. So, let's say I run amok. I don't die on backswing. But is it smarter to just play the Shadow Sage and drain? It probably is. Even though we drain them for less now, I think it just makes more sense to drain them for 1 here. Do the Shadow Sage. And drain them for 2 more. Wait, 1 more. Oh, that's worse, but... I didn't have lethal with the run amok because then it wouldn't have died. I would have dealt... They would have been close to dead, but I didn't want to just randomly die to like a monstrous growth on their turn. So why not get another blocker, set myself up for run amok and like a hammer next turn. So they can do Spella. Oh. Alright. That's fine, I guess. Alright. Well, I like the things I'm seeing because they're not super intimidating. What all can we do here? I guess we can... What all do I want to do? I can play hammer and equip it and run amok and get in for 9. So depending on how they block, they could die. I don't need the dwarf, I feel like, so this is probably fine, actually. I want to see how they block anyway. All right, perfect. Sweet. We'll see for the next one. All right, we got a good hand here. Liberator into Berserker. We're willing to trade him off because we've got this raise the Draugr, so that's cool. Wonder if I want to do Cavalry instead. I still kind of want to do Liberator. I don't know, Liberator's a weird card. It's like, when do you have time to pay for that boast? I guess if they play nothing, I feel like even if they played nothing, I'd still rather not do Liberator there. But maybe I'm wrong. I guess if you have boatload of mana, maybe Fearless Liberator is where it's at. Could see that. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I like that they were more intimidated by that. That's nice. So next turn, I guess we go Cavalry, foretell the Jarl. Oh. I mean, that is better use of mana. Or I can just jam a Firewalker, too. Yeah. feel like on an empty board, I'd rather do the Firewalker. Worse use of mana, but adds more power to the board, and I can boast next turn and still do stuff. We'll see. Might come back to bite me. We'll find out. Well, let's just take care of that dude. And it exiled it, so it actually didn't mill both of us. Interestingly. Oh. I guess in case they have Skull Raid, I'd actually rather them have me discard than them draw. Is that even right? Probably not, I guess. Skull Raid is a very well-designed card. I like it a lot. It really solved that problem about Mind Rot, where it's like, do I really want to run Mind Rot? Because then what am I going to do? So we can raise the Draugr and get back. Yeah, that's just really mean. All right. So we ended up, what, going 7-1 with this deck? This deck played extraordinarily well. Way better than expected. I mean, I knew it was okay. I didn't think it was that good. Maybe we got some fortunate matches and situations. I don't even think decisions were the optimal in every situation. It still ended up pretty good. So, all right, cool. Well, got to do some Rakdos Berserker. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.